name is Makai Moore, and for my IRP, I decided to choose the book Roots, written by Alex Haley, and it has a Lexile of 1,330, and I found it to be quite an interesting read. Given that it's a saga of an American family, as seen in the title, there are multiple protagonists of the story. Kunta Kinte, his daughter Kizzy, her son George, his son Tom Murray, and all the way up to the author of the book, Mr. Alex Haley. The antagonist of the book can be described as more of figurative ideas instead of an actual person, because there's no real one person that all of the protagonists face. So, the antagonists that I decided to identify are the concepts of slavery and ideas of discrimination. All of the protagonists have to deal with these antagonists, and it just seemed fitting given that most of the issues that are faced are more race-related than anything. The plot of the story can be described as relatively simple. The author of the book, Mr. Alex Haley, one day decided that he wanted to research more about his ancestry. Now, he found out a lot of information about it, and then he decided to chronicle all of the events and stories that he found into this book. Now, this book is very impactful, given that it's the first of its kind. Mr. Alex Haley was one of the first African Americans to ever identify their ancestry and trace it down to the extent of what he did. This was so impactful that he inspired many millions of other African Americans to want to find out more about their African ancestry.
The truth and the prophecy. I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA.
The project I decided to do was a talk show. In this talk show, I portray two characters, the host of the show itself and the author of the book, Mr. Alex Haley. I recorded all the footage of the show on my iPhone 8 Plus, and I edited it all in a movie software called iMovie. To help feel the character of Alex Haley feel a little more authentic, I did a little extra research and tried to copy as many mannerisms he used in other interviews as possible. I felt as though that would make it feel more real, and it would help add a certain layer of depth to my project. I ended up choosing this project to do because I felt like it was the simplest way that I could express my thoughts and opinions on the book itself, and in the most efficient manner without having to go on and on about it. This book is very long, I'll tell you that. I think it's a very good choice of a project also in general. It enhances the reader's ability to understand it because it talks so openly about the central ideas in the story that could be hard to even pick out if you read the book twice unless you fully try to grasp it with as much attention to detail as possible.
America, God bless you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Extra Late Late Show. I'm your host, James Fellon, and today we have a very special guest. Let us welcome the writer behind the hit sensation Roots and Pulitzer Prize-winning author, Alex Haley. Why, it's a pleasure to be here. Now, Mr. Haley, we've got to talk about some of the themes and ideas that you've included in this story. One of the main ideas that I would like to discuss with you is the importance of valuing heritage and how different aspects of the book help strengthen that idea. Well, it always made me feel as though I was missing something. We as people often forget our heritage and take for granted just how pivotal it is to understand ourselves and others. So when I was finally able to see the land that my ancestor Kunta Kinte was never able to return to, it felt as if the story of my entire bloodline had come full circle. In conclusion, Roots is a very important work in the world of African American literature and literature as a whole. And I hope that you're able to take away something from it today, whether it be a theme that may be applicable to your life or just plain entertainment in general. I hope that throughout my presentation I was able to allow you to feel the same amount of appreciation towards this book that I feel. And I thank you for your time.